Nightbot, come on. Nightbot, I'm provoking you. I'm poking you, Nightbot. Come on, wake up. Wake up, Nightbot. Come on. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the stream. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back, chat. What a big day. What a big day. Oh my god, I'm wearing my cap. I'm wearing my cap indoors. Sorry, I found out that the whole crew stuff happened. It was so weird. A cap indoors? Who the hell do I think I am? Chat, I found out the whole crew stuff was gonna happen, and then immediately I was like, wait, I'm gonna stream, hang on, I'm starving. So I put the cap on to quickly go grab some, I got myself a sandwich. Welcome, chat, how's everyone doing? We're gonna be back on the crew 2 today. But chat, we're not just gonna be back on the crew 2. We're gonna be back on my main account. On the crew 2. What, gonna hear your room sounds? You can probably hear my air conditioning, which, to be fair, you shouldn't normally hear it. It's fine. It's fine. You're fine. There's Nightbot. Bruv, your mother? Nightbot, your mother. Welcome, chat. How's everyone doing today? Everyone in chat, but hey, hi, hello. Just something so I can read some names. And welcome back to the stream. Oh my god, my old account. My old account. I haven't played on my old account in so long. Also, chat, cap or no cap? No, chat, no cap? No, chat, cap, no cap? Or no cap, no cap? I'm asking the real questions. Now take the cat off. Chat, okay, look, it would be more respectful. It would be more respectful if I didn't wear the cap. So we'll. Okay, well, I wanted it to land on the bed, and then it would have been some, like, scenery, you know? Whatever. Does that beard actually have some density now? I've had a proper beard for ages now, alright? Although I do still every day consider just going mustache all year, every year, you know? Every now and then. By the way, chat, we're about to jump into Crew 2, but look, I built a Lego Speed Champion. I haven't done one of that in ages. I did that yesterday. I was like, ugh, I don't want to do anything, so I was like, I'll build a Lego Speed Champion. Okay, but I'm going to jump back into Crew 2. I have not been on my main Crew 2 account, and I genuinely don't know how long. Proper beard is a... What do you mean proper beard is a stretch? That is nothing other than a beard. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Going live for just... The Crew 2 got an offline mode. Of course I'm going live for this. Chat, can you hear the game? No. In fact, you can't hear anything, including the background music. There's been background music this whole time, chat. This whole time. I assume you can hear my PlayStation now? Wait, so the offline patch is already out? No, but it's been revealed, as I have said. My video breaking the whole thing down is out. An offline mode in current day, chat. The Crew 2 might be double back. And, mind you, not only that, but the Crew 2 is going to be also getting that offline mode before the end of this year. We're getting that offline mode this year. I thought I was a bit unevenly lit for a second. It's much better. Oh, it's already on max. Okay. Well. Wait, you posted a video? Chat, why's my YouTube not telling people I post videos? Huh? Oh yeah, no one's full, chat. The Z4 is back. The Z4 is indeed back. Also, they confirmed a few things. So, not only is the offline mode going to be on every platform. That's big. But also, the offline mode is going to be... What was it? They're doing a hybrid mode first. Which obviously just means that our servers are still on. The summit and the PvP is still going. So, here's a hybrid mode where you can choose if you want to be offline. And then obviously the full offline is going to be after the end of life. Okay, oh my god. I haven't been on my Crew 2 account in so long. I haven't been on it in so long. I've not had a PlayStation screen on this stream for so long. By the way, chat, the member goals are there. Nostalgia baiting, we've got the old member goals as well, with 5 members or Twitch subs equals we beat TO in a car chat chooses. We've got 10, we play both Latrell missions. And then 20, we do a New York on stream. Will the game actually run well? I have no idea. Oh, you know, apparently Forza Horizon 5's out now, so that's fun. The Crew 2, chat. Also, my girlfriend was on my PlayStation, okay? She was on my PlayStation, so she came and downloaded this because she wanted to play the game that she normally plays on her iPad, on her, like, studying iPad. She wanted to play it on my PlayStation, so that's why I have Infinity Nikki on my PlayStation 5. It's not mine, it's my girlfriend. My girlfriend wanted to play Infinity Nikki, so I downloaded it for her on my PlayStation, okay? She wanted to play it with good graphics, all right? She wanted to play it with good graphics, so she wanted to try it on my PS5, okay? God, chat. SidWaj plays Infinity Nikki. We don't believe you? Yeah, all right, chat. Okay, all right, chat. You lot can go home, okay? Go home, chat. You heard me. Go home. Here we go. I don't remember how half of my cars are customized. I haven't seen half of my entire car list customized since I stopped playing. Which would have been... Wait, no, even when the Crew 2 was $1 only, I switched to the $1 account. I don't even know how much I've done. Did I end up finishing all the stories? I don't think I did. And what? How many hours do I have on this? Damn. Well, chat, let's remind ourselves of what 5,500 hours gets us in a Crew 2 account. So essentially, chat, I'm like new to the game. So what we're learning here, chat, is I'm a beginner player in the Crew 2, basically. This is what, like, a starter account looks like. You know, if you wanted to know what your account will look like if you buy the Crew 2 and play it for maybe 10 hours, okay, let's be more realistic, 12 hours, it'll be my account if it ever loads. Is there tricks and tricks for playing a video that I need to watch? Ooh, not one that I have. I don't know, check out just any of my videos. There's the guides and stuff. I don't know, enjoy the game. I wouldn't even recommend transferring your cars. Also, the Crew 1 with no offline mode, but like I talk about in my video, I think it's kind of fine the Crew 1 is instead getting a community offline mode, right? Like, yes, Ubisoft should have put an offline mode way back when, yes. But I think it's fine that it's fine that like now the community's putting out load! Load, goddammit, load! I could fall asleep. I could fall asleep to this guitar strumming. It's just down, down, bow, 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 down, 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 down. Yes, I get it. Yep, no, I get it. I think you got infinite loading. Is that a thing, chat? That's a thing? My game can just decide it wants to infinitely load? Chat, it's because of how beastly my account is. It's because my account has so much stuff on it that, like, Sid, we can't bring all of your stuff that you have on your account. Do you think they changed some of the map? What, on the Crew 2? This is as bad as your PS4? It's worse. FH5 update dropped and I'm 4th on the Realms leaderboard. Ooh, very nice. Not counting cheaters. Karma for playing Infinity Nikki? I didn't play Infinity Nikki. It's my girlfriend was on my PlayStation playing Infinity Nikki. Alright? Alright? I can tell you the first thing about the game. Other than everything she's told me. That there's a cute cat guy. Oh! What the hell? Don't treat me like I've just started the game. Sure. Oh! Oh! Oh, the nostalgia! Oh! Why does it hits so much harder when I'm on my own account? Okay. Oh, it's gonna feel so weird. It's like going back to a house you grew up in. Right, it's also gonna take a million years to load because they still have the thing where if you have the vanity selection onto one or the other thing, then it just takes a billion years to load for some reason. I wonder what they're gonna do with the vanity items, right? What happens with the vanities? Are you just never gonna be able to buy the vanities anymore when the servers shut down? Or will you still be able to buy the vanities? Are they gonna remove the connection between Motorfest and the Crew 2? So many questions. Also, this is the new menu music, right? It's nice. What's happening? We are still waiting for the game to load. Also, I literally remembered the other day. I was watching my stream recording, and I remembered that, oh yeah, my stream transitions are the Crew 2. I completely forgot. I knew I had stream transitions, I just completely forgot that they were the Crew 2. The way to implement offline mode is the traditional way of loading save files. Could they do loading save files, though? Because as loading a save file means the ability to mod a save file, and then... Wait, when the Crew 2 fully shuts down, they would have to disconnect its connectivity to the Crew Motorfest, right? Like, okay, say the Crew 2 fully shuts down, right? So you've got an offline mode, so you can still buy the game and then play the game, right? But the Crew 2 shuts down. Whenever you buy a new car, you couldn't send it back to the Ubisoft account server for the Motorfest to be like, oh yeah, you've got a new car. In fact, I don't even think it'll update if you buy new cars. No. See, you guys are saying that the import feature will go away. I don't think that's the case. I don't think the import feature will go away. I just think import updating will go away. Like, you can make an account on Motorfest, transfer your vehicles, go back to playing the Crew 2, get 50 more cars, and they transfer to Motorfest, right? I think what's going to happen instead is... is that instead, it's only going to transfer your vehicles that you already had. Oh my god, chat. Chat. All vehicles owned. Oh yeah. And they've even got the current week summit restriction where you can filter by all the cars that you need for this week's summit. there's still stuff that the Crew 2 has that the Crew Motorfest doesn't. Everything 100%ed, Platinum 1, hobbies all done. American Legend Stories, the one thing I haven't done yet, we could do the summit. Oh no, I don't have the money cap. Chat, I'm essentially broke. Wait, did I ever end up actually finishing? Wait. What is that? What car did I just see? What car did I just see? Oh my god, I am not looking forward to dealing with these load times on a long-term basis. What the hell was I thinking? What was I thinking? Yeah, no thank you. Also, the Jesco was for a thumbnail, okay? It's so weird being in this game because look, I can sometimes feel like there's nothing left to do in the Crew Motorfest, right? This game, there's nothing left to do. Like, there is definitively nothing left to do. Why did they have Why did they have a specific rock music track for looking at vanity items? It's like you get the regular menu music, and then let me look at this let me look at Red Underglow. Like what are we doing here? Oh my god, I don't have a cable on my controller anymore. It's so nice. Okay, how do we break the money cap? How do we what do we do to hit the money cap again? It needs to be something iconic, right? Then again, I know for a fact there's races I haven't done in this game. And this is where most of them are. Yeah, oh my god, chat, I'm a fraud. Oh, look at me, I'll finish the Crew 2. I'll finish the game. I've got everything done in the Crew 2. Chat, 5,000 hour account, and I don't even have everything done. Harlem West, New York. New York is a member goal, and I can't rob the member goals of that. Let me look through my cars, because we can't even filter them properly anymore. Oh, I'm gonna have to wait like 1 billion years for every car picture to load. And when you filter, it puts you at the far right of the cars instead of putting you at the far left of the cars. Oh. Yep. I'm really glad they did this in Motorfest and didn't do it backwards in the Crew 2. And I'm also really glad that it's my fault because I own so many cars. And because they get the offline mode, it means they're not going to update anything else anymore. They're not going to update it. Okay, we got Summit Editions. Backwards Summit Editions were exclusive. We got Motorpass cars. This was one of the last cars ever added, which was quite iconic because one of the last cars ever added was a newer version of one of the first cars, the starter cars. Having to wait for every car. This thing comes back soon? No. I give up. I immediately give up. What cars do you actually want to know if I don't have or don't have? Chat. Of course, I have the rarest hypercar in the game, the oldest hypercar to only have ran once in the Summit. Meaning this thing is big rare. It's not available to be gotten in Motorfest yet. It's not available to be gotten in the Crew 2. It for some reason hasn't returned in the Crew 2 for so long. I've only got 45,000 crew credits, which is a little annoying. There's not really anything else other like iconic that I could really flex here, is there, chat? I guess. Where is she? In Hummer, we have the Enforcer unit, which this one actually is the rarest summit car in the crew too. And technically making it one of the rarest cars, the rarest summit car in the crew Motorfest. The Expo Raw Edition and Corvette Fire Edition, you have to see them. I don't like either of those cars. Only 45,000 crew credits. Shut the fuck up, Sid. Why am I looking at the Raw Edition? I mean, I remember the Raw Edition. Because it's one of the few titles on my channel that has an emoji in the title. Max out their performance parts and laugh at them. Is something wrong with them? Oh my god, this menu is so much more of a pain to navigate. Because offline mode, will the Z be made viable? I guess we'll talk about that. Oh, it's on stilts, right? Yeah, it gets put on stilts. This happened, like, a fair bit before the Crew 2 stopped getting updates. Chat, maybe it's time for a Crew 2 facts and glitches. It looks so weird. But is it crazy to say it kind of makes the car look better? What else is there? The Raw Edition? Chat, let's look at it raw. Oh, is that already stilted? It is. I guess that's as stilted as it could be. So it just does like a what? Just a... It max extends the suspension and then hard locks it? Chat, you're telling me it gets long and then hardens up on the Raw Edition KTM? Is that what you're telling me, Chat? Don't tell me that again if that's what you're telling me, because that was disgusting. Chat, don't dare tell me that again. I joined that at the wrong time. Okay. Something to break the money cap. Let's go Harlem West. Let's go Harlem West with a maxed out, fully maxed out buck set. On max difficulty, max money. Am I going to play Forza Horizon 5? Probably, but I'm not getting the early access. I'm not paying a bajillion pounds to get it early. Who cares? Right. Oh my god, filters actually stay when you... Wait, what was the best car again? Dear Lord. If I do that, it will keep me here. Okay, right. Which one of you has my buck set? And how many Nitro Chemist sets did I have? Damn. God, I remember having all of my, like, good cars filtered up to the left because they were all exclusive back then. So I used to just enjoy only having parts on my rare cars so that I could only use my rare cars in, like, PvP and whatnot. Wait, I'm on PlayStation. I wonder if the PvP is going to be alive. I know I have a box set. What are we doing here? Am I blind? Wait, no. Oh my god, chat. Sorry. No. Okay, you know what? Not a single one of you realized this either, so I'm calling out you guys for being fake Crew 2 gamers. There is no buck set on the Crew 2. The Crew 2 didn't have... But that wasn't a thing. Yep, okay, look, I realized. Yep, okay. I know. Instead, there was only followers magnet sets. God, it's such a normal thing in the Crew Motorfest that it's interesting that it wasn't a thing in the Crew 2. Also, chat, is the game too loud? You gotta let me know, because it looks like it's too loud.
Come on, you can do it.
Hi, Hero. How you doing? Good to be back. Holy! I've got silly vanities on it and everything. I used to put silly stuff on the Crew 2 and not feel bad about it. In Motorfest, if I put silly stuff on it, it feels weird. I'm still the Crew 2 goat. Chat, I'm still the Crew 2 goat. Watch, I'll line this up perfectly. I'm still the Crew 2 goat. Watch this. And then watch this. Chat, stop watching. Chat, stop watching. Except don't stop watching the stream, just like close your eyes. Chat, you didn't see anything there. Chat, close your eyes. That's what 5,000 hours gets you, chat. Also, why don't I have collision sounds? Hello? Has anyone noticed that? My game is just bugged and giving me no collision sounds. With anything. It used to... Wait, no, actually, no, that used to be a thing. I remember it doing that. Did bro try rewinding? No! No! You saw nothing. You saw absolutely nothing. I did not open the quick menu thinking that it would let me rewind. Okay? That's not a thing that happened. So that sign cut is actually slower. Yeah, I know that one cut is slower, but like I'm too used to doing it properly. There we go, 12,000, and that's all I could make. 99,999,999. Oh wait, I didn't even check my icon level. What icon level was I? Am I? 4,000? I'm fairly certain that's without a single glitch, by the way. Oh, Jesus! I forgot you could get insane boosts in the icon menu. Whoa! They made good to hard cap that in the Crew Motorfest. 140% buck gain? Whoa! Do a lucky guy? Yeah, no, lucky guys are... Lucky guy stories, the American Legends update, that's one of the only ways you can actually break the money cap. Like, they did a whole update where they stopped you from being able to get more money than you're able to. Say you're only, like that, 12,000 away from the limit. The game will only give you 12,000. There's only a few ways to break that limit, and Lucky Guy Stories is the one to do it the most. Am I stuck in another infinite load glitch? Oh my god, if I am, please end me. Come on! Come on! You can do it, the Crew 2! You can do it! Come on! Come on! Come on! Tell me about the offline mode, Mr. Man.
Hi everyone. In September, we promised to update you on the offline mode of the
Wait, it's playing out my speakers.
And the moment has finally arrived. Today, I will be answering the most important questions you've been asking us. Let's dive in.
There we go.
Hi everyone. In September, we promised to update you on the offline mode of The Crew 2 and The Crew Mode of Fest. And the moment has finally arrived. Today, I will be answering the most important questions you've been asking
Chat,
us.
I not only have this cube, but I have this cap.
Let's dive in.
And I have a helmet. I don't have the helmet.
First, we would like to clarify the difference between decommissioning a game and
Oh! Apologies, Mr. Man. The Crew 2 loaded. The next month. How many months did it actually take them in the end? Oh, the Drifter Gara next week. Interesting. I wish I got all the new vanities, because the Crew 2 had a bunch of new vanities after the end of its life. I mean, we gotta use the Senna. We have to use the Senna. It's iconic. And in the Hollywood race? I mean, come on. It doesn't get more iconic than this. I do not have enough parts on it. Also, it's gold because I wanted to use it in the thumbnail for a money guide, okay? The Senna, indeed, chat. Indeed, it is the Senna. Like from the, you know, like from the thing. Yes. Chat, I milked the Senna. Okay. For how bad the Crew 2's... For how bad the Crew Motorfest's pot, like, switching system was, for how bad it was, Motorfest's... Sorry, hang on. For how bad Motorfest's part switching system was, it's insane how it's completely overtaken the Crew 2's. Like, the Crew 2's part switching, notably worse than Motorfest's now. I can't lie, this game just nostalgia to me now. It's, yeah, I mean, it felt like nostalgia to me, I don't know, like, a couple months after being done with it. And then I only really played on PC. Now being on my main account again, it's big nostalgia. And I'm about to use the Senna. And that's real SidWaj nostalgia. In my 5,000 hours, chat, this is the car that I milked the most, you could say. Near 6,000. It actually is 6,000 if you include PC, as chatters have said. Oh, right, it's the one where the guy talks. Okay, yep, okay, alright. Ever so slightly going off-road doesn't behave like it used to in the Crew Motorfest. I am baffled that that shortcut is still in my memory. Wait, isn't there like another one? Like some really weird one where you go through a... Like some kind of... Something? Imagine 6 hours of gym. Chat, does anyone even have 6k hours? Is 6k hours in the Crew 2 the longest thing I've ever spent any time on? It might be. Oh, oh! I am baffled that I actually made that. I'm getting PvP flashbacks. The steering wheel's not even pretending to turn. It's not even... I might as well be steering with my mind. It's like I've just sat here with like a video of the road moving playing. What are we talking about? The 6 hours be 22 years. The shortcut where you go left of the bus stop on the road made me smash my controller back in the day. Damn. God, there was so much sweating back then. And look at this. There's not a lot of this in Motorfest as well, either. Wall riding. And I did it really badly. Sid over here showing his pro player moves. Chat, right now you could put me in any Crew 2 race and I would know every shortcut off by heart still. What do they say? That, like, that it takes 1 year to 1 second to make a hobby, 7 seconds to make an impression, and how many seconds to become a master at something or whatever? 1,000 hours? 10,000 hours? 2,000 hours? Well, chat, I'm that times whatever. Dun 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 dun. Gina, welcome. I already did that on my PC account, so I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing a drag race. What is everyone using in this? The Porsche 959? Chat, is there something you guys haven't been... Is there something you guys haven't been telling me? The Porsche 959? I beg your pardon? Is it like... Is it... Wait, what? Wait. Since when? Also, ignore my customization, alright? Look away. Oh my god, at least put me on the... Ugh. Play the video on stream? What video? You've spent 3% of my life playing the Crew 2? That's not true. That can't be true. No, there's no way that's true. What are we talking about here? That is not true. I have not spent 3% of my life playing the game, okay? That's not true. Alright? How many days is 6,000 hours? Oh my god, when you add the Rookie to Icon account as well. 250 days, okay. 250 divided by 360. 70% of 360. So, wait. 365 times 22. 8,000. Okay. 8,030 times 24. Okay. 192,707, 700 whatever, okay. 6,000 divided by the amount of hours I've been alive. Wait. 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 Chat, wait. I have spent 3% of my entire life on the Crew 2. Out of every... Wait. Chat, out of every 4 days, out of every roughly 4 days that I have been alive, I have spent 3 hours on the crew 2. For every 4 days that I've been alive. I don't even want to add the crew motorfest. I don't want to add the crew motorfest. I don't want to get a real number. I don't want to look at my Rookie 2 Icon account, my Crew 2 PC account, my Crew 2 PC Rookie 2 Icon account, add those all together, add on motorfest numbers on PlayStation and PC. Chat, the Crew 2 released when I was 15. The Crew 2 released when I was 15, yet I have spent 3 hours for every 4 days I've been alive. Counting the 15 years I spent before the game existed. Oh my god, wait, this is... Okay, look, I'm like half playing it up for the camera, and then half I'm like, holy... What was I doing, chat? What was I doing in game? I've completely forgotten. At least it's your job. At least it is. At least it is. What happened? I just found out that I've spent 3% of my entire life on the Crew 2 and about 5% of my entire life on the Crew franchise as a whole. 5% of my entire life. 5%. 1 in 20 hours.
Go!
1 in 20 hours that I have been alive, I have spent playing something in the Crew wait, I own the Crew 1 on... I owned the Crew 1 on PlayStation. Does it say hours if you don't have it downloaded currently? No, I didn't. I owned it on Xbox. Wait, 274. No, I didn't. I owned it on PS4. Okay, only 270. Only 270 hours added on for the Crew 1. Don't bring the Crew 1 into this. I'm mid-crisis. You can't stop me bringing anything into this. Okay, let me... Oh my god, I need to live with that fact now. How do I live with a fact like that? I know it's my job, but like... Only? Yes, only 270 hours. Infinity Nikki when dress reveal? My girlfriend! I said this already! My girlfriend was on my PlayStation, okay? And she downloaded Infinity Nikki because she wanted to play it while she was around my house with good graphics, okay? In fact, she's in chat. Mush, tell him you downloaded Infinity Nikki. Please tell him. Right. Okay, what did you send in general? Oh, wait, what the hell? There's an official... What am I looking at?
Hi everyone.
Oh, GameSpot just reposted the trailer, but put a fancy, like, thumbnail on it. Okay, why am I being spam added? What's going on here? I've seen a bajillion of those videos. In the United States, students in grades K through 12 spend approximately 1,200 hours in school over the course of a year. Over the course of a year? This is calculated by estimate. Okay. That's not that bad, because that's still a very long time. That's per year. I don't have 1,000 hours per year.
Structure of a game are no longer available due to...
Actually, wait, I might do. I literally walked in and heard Infinity Nikki. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, it's on my account, and everyone's like, Sid, you downloaded it.
3, 2, 1.
Liar, we know you play Nikki.
I'll stop talking so you can start driving.
Thank you, hero. Let's keep it like that, shall we? Chat, okay. Now I'm here to remind you what kind of skill 5,000 hours gets you. It gets you the skill that puts you in a different car because this thing is bad. Can you swap parts in the Summit selection menu? You can't. That sucks. Try the RX-3. I'm gonna hop in the Countach. The Countach is old reliable. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? 5%. 5% of my whole life. 1 in every 20 hours. One in every 20 hours I've been alive. Just load. Just load. My word. I hope the first thing that comes out of the Crew 2 being offline patched is that people make a faster loading mod.
3.
Also, you have 60 games total. Oh, wait. I have 69 games total on PSN. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Cosmo.
I'm sending happy winning thoughts.
I love how this game still lacks many quality of life features after 7 years plus. It is fascinating how it's like, there's so many quality of life things that this game doesn't have that the Crew Motorfest obviously upgraded. But then there's so many things that the Crew 2 has that Motorfest doesn't have. But there's just enough things. There is just enough things that the Crew 2 has that Motorfest... There's just enough things that the Crew 2 doesn't have that make it just torturous if you played the Crew Motorfest consistently. Especially going from PC to PlayStation. But then again, apparently Motorfest on PlayStation isn't exactly very fast either. I think it's just because I've gone from PlayStation to PC. Because I don't... PC to PlayStation. Because I don't remember the game being this sluggish. Also, you have 99 friends. I have 99 friends. Nice. I'm gonna try PvP after this. I want to see if the PvP works. Also, by the way, chat, this is gonna be a very short stream. This was not planned to be a very long stream. It's your PS5, you have the... Talk about mods? Probably not. Oh, but I guess we could. Because, as in, like, could eventually do that video because now... Ah! Damn it. SidWaj streams until offline... Wait, what? SidWaj streams until offline mode turns on? Chat, they said end of 2025. You know what, chat? I feel like I would have had a better time if I had to play the Crew 2 for a week straight. Also, I played the Crew Motorfest for a week straight. What the hell was I thinking? That probably doesn't help with the percentage of my life thing. I'm actually gonna... I swear. Who brought that up? Who brought that up? I'm not mad. Look, I'm not mad. I'm not. Twitch chat, raise your hand. Who was the one who brought that up? Square. Square? It's very funny that you brought that up, because I am actually going to be thinking about that for a while now. I don't even know what to say. Did bro even get the PC? I did not. I did not win the PC. I played the Crew Manifest for a week straight for nothing. For diddly squat. For zero. Zilch. Bro got stuck on that so hard. I can't. If you told me to estimate, right? If you told me to estimate, I would have said like 1% or lower. I need to do the actual maths. Like, after this stream, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna get all the hours combined. I'm gonna put them all together. I'm gonna get all the hours that I've spent on the Crew 2, each version of the Crew 2, yada yada. I'm gonna put them all together, and I'm gonna get the exact amount of days hours I've been alive, etc. Militia Gaming is mad with you, Sid. I asked him about your vids. He shut me down. It makes sense. It makes sense he shut you down. He's sort of just chosen to forget about the whole... well, not even forget. Okay, it's been a bit weird. It's been a bit weird. He's mentioned that he doesn't want to address it and talk about it about 5 or 6 times that he's addressed it or talked about it. Which, I don't know, I truly, on my end, I put out a video that was, like, vaguely critical. Not vaguely. That's completely bad wording. That was critical, and he seemed to very quickly take it personal. I don't know. It was a very peculiar response to criticism. That if you watch that video, I keep clicking things that I don't mean to click. But yeah, I just found it a little. It was a. But it's whatever. If he doesn't want to talk about it, I did message him because I do get like sent the clips and whatnot when he responds and whatnot, and like he said that I don't even want to like talk on stream and whatnot, yada yada, and I don't want to talk on stream about it either. Like, as in, come on stream with me. I did still reach out in DMs and ask him, hey man, I know you said you didn't want to talk on stream about the whole thing, but the offer's still there if you want to. And like this big message where I was like, look, I didn't, you took it a certain way. It wasn't meant to be taken that way. I regret that it was, but yada yada. He replied, no, with a full stop on the end. which I thought was a little dramatic, but like, you know, it's he's absolutely in his right to not want to engage with me on it. 1000%. He withholds all right to not engage with me at all on the whole thing. But I don't know. I attempted to rewatch my video to see if it could be seen as more of a personal attack, even though I did talk about, I did establish that I don't watch his other stuff, so it literally, this video couldn't be a criticism of his character. It couldn't be. I don't know enough about him to criticize his character. This is just specific criticisms on the video. And yeah, I don't know. He took it in a weird way. He very much made it more about him and his whole channel. He's bringing all of the channels into it when I expressly attempted to keep specific channel attacks out of it. I did talk about, like, perceptions, but that, again, they were all in relation to the video itself. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Again, if he doesn't want to talk about it publicly, he's fine to not talk about it publicly. Like, but then again, if anything, I'm glad he shut you down. If you asked him and he shut you down, I'm glad he did. Because up till now, all I'd seen is him constantly saying that he doesn't want to speak about it and then speaking about it. Whether that be in, like, comments or in live streams, etc. Why does this thing sound almost EV? I mean, I'd love to talk to him about, like, the specific things that he's, like... Because, you know, he threw his own accusations out there as well, right? Which which obviously, personally, I'm gonna feel aren't substantiated. Because it was like, he characterized my whole video as a direct attack on his channel when to make my channel look better, which I don't think you can watch my video and see it as that, right? Said I spent 5.2 on Ubisoft games and more money. Okay, that's insane because most of that is the crew too. That's what's more surprising. If you add Ubisoft games, it's way higher of a percent for me. Actually, no, probably isn't. No, honestly, I'm probably the same actually. Yeah, yeah. But like, I didn't see how you could see the video as somehow being like an attack on his channel to make mine look better. That just didn't make much sense. Like, the militia is without a doubt Trigger, and it's gonna take me a minute to get used to calling him Trigger because I didn't know that he likes going by Trigger. Apologies for misnaming him. But I like. What was I lost my thought when I was gonna. Trigger undeniably is a high-level go-to YouTuber for, I would assume, again, I don't watch him, which doesn't help with all of this, with his guides and whatnot, and the car reviews that he does, like all of that kind of stuff. He's undeniable, like that was never in question, right? Which is presumably the staple of his channel. But it feels weird to... His tunes are great. Exactly. It feels weird to watch a video where I go, I disagree with this, and this, and this, and this. And also, these three things are factually wrong. Not like subjectively wrong. Like factually wrong. That were in the video. Right? Oh no, it wasn't even like three things. It was the... There was some like, just like weird things where he was like, oh, I bet you the next thing is gonna be a Crew 2 returning Summit Car, and it's like, yeah, and all of that stuff, yada yada, like that kind of thing. Like, there was stuff that was just factually weird, and that I brought up. And yeah, again, that kind of stuff I don't see how you can misconstrue as an attack on character if you're not just trying to completely avoid the specifics of it, right? I don't know. But it's whatever. He's allowed to see it however he sees it. I mean, even well before this video, Trigger has, like, shaded me publicly before. And that stuff was, like, that stuff was, like, proper just shading me. That stuff was character attacks. This video was, I got sent a video that was like, oh, this and this and this in this video is like this, and then I watched it and I was like, oh, just like I've done to many videos that address things in the Crew 2, I watched it, responded to it, yada yada yada, you know? Really? I never heard of him doing that? Because I didn't really... It's useless to get into. I never really talked about it. When it happened, I was like, oh, that's weird. That's strange that he chose to do that. But again, it's neither here nor there. Like, that's just what I mean, where it's like, Yeah, the whole thing was weird, and it doesn't really matter. What Trigger does has nothing to do with anything to do with my video or videos, right? Like, I made that video, and it wasn't even like the video was exposing militia gaming community. No, it was just talking about a bunch of things that were wrong in the Crew 2. Sorry, it's because the Crew 2's on my mind. Talking about a bunch of things that were wrong in the Crew, Motorfest at the moment, and Trigger had also recently made a video about something wrong in the Crew Motorfest. Thus, it was completely timely, completely on topic, completely fit in, and it was interesting to talk about. Oh no, I was to bring it, but it's based in his reaction now. No, but yeah. Respect, exactly. Like I'm not. It was never beef. It was never beef, and it was weird how he took it as that, right? You can be factually correct, but your tone and presentation will certainly affect the way people interpret your argument. That is a good point. So elaborate on that, BSD. Okay, and on that point, do still elaborate, but I'll also talk about it before you elaborate. In that video, I literally say at the beginning when I'm talking about the Crew Motorfest stuff. To try to rewinding again? Stop! Stop calling me out on that! I said in that video as well, when I was talking about the Motorfest stuff, hey, I'm gonna sound more worked up than I am. Right? Like, so although tone is fair enough, BSD, but yeah, I do think that I in that same video, I established, in this video, I'm sat in front of a camera. Some of these things do annoy me, but really, I'm sat in front of a camera and a microphone and entertaining people. But also, what bits exactly? Because I feel like I took more of a critical tone to it. The one bit I could give is the skill issue bit, but even the skill issue bit, I preempted like a billion times. I was like, look, I don't want to say it, but it works here, it works in this situation. I even, bit my tongue on a few things where, like, using the term naive just felt way too strong. I don't want to even pass the line of calling Trigger naive, because what the hell right do I have to call him naive? I know you guys aren't trying to start shooting at each other. I just think the situation escalated because you guys have never really engaged with each other and aren't very familiar. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, my only impression of Trigger is, he reached out to me ages ago, about, I think it was like a spreadsheet thing, and then I just had to be like, buddy, I'm a big skill issue. I don't make my own pro settings. I just use a cause. Not in that tone, obviously. I was more just like, oh, hey, I yada yada yada. And then a few other more petty YouTuber-y things, right? Things that aren't worth ever getting worked up about, like the occasional, like, thumbnail title scheme that steers a smidge too close to being identical to mine. And again, these aren't things that I'm, like, calling out right now. I'm just saying that these were the impressions that I had of Trigger. But that, him being a dedicated Motorfest content creator who specializes in car sets and car stuff, potentially leads more on the side of sort of calling everything meta a bit too much. But again, I don't watch his stuff, so I couldn't really say to that because I don't actually click through to it. I just sort of more like see the outside of the videos. But other than that, like, seem chill guy. You guys always bring him up. I don't really watch much of him, but like I knew of him obviously. And then there was the weird bit where he shaded me. And then that bit got me a bit like, well, that's weird. Well, that was a weird choice to make. But yeah. That's why this doesn't buy me anything. This doesn't buy me any goodwill. To say, oh, look, I could have done a bad thing but didn't, that means nothing to anyone, right? But for the sake of, right, there was many times I could have come out more swinging and been like, you know, Trigger did this. Why'd he do this? Like, he did this directly to me. Why'd he do this? Right? There is many times that I could have done that. And didn't. Again, I don't feel that's worth anything. Right? Like, I'm not your mom. I'm not gonna sit here and go, I could have been like this. I could have given you this childhood. But, like, the point still stands. But yeah. Maybe it's just you guys cater to different parts of the crew community? Yeah. You can handle something this way better than so many, I feel like it isn't talked about enough. It's because my videos don't really portray me, right? I don't know. My, like, maturity curve is definitely, like, obviously it's the usual curve growing up. But I don't know. Not to be pretentious. Sid, you're low on bucks. Thank you. Not to be pretentious. But I've been reading a lot of philosophy, reading a lot of, like, sort of more just, like, logical stuff, logical arguments and whatnot. And it's been nice to. Like, it's been nice to get into more thinking logically and being logical and whatnot. And that's where I sort of more draw just who I am. And yeah, the reason it's probably not talked about as much, I mean, not to even sit here and go, OMG, chat, aren't I so emotionally mature? Shut up, Sid. But the reason my maturity isn't talked about at all is because my videos is me going, what's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and welcome back to the crew too. You know, I'm not sat there going, well, actually, I believe that this new Ferrari could have been this and this and this, and if you really look at it, then the Ferrari could have done this, and I think I may have actually been in the wrong on this situation with the Ferrari, but, yeah, I believe I'll go with this bumper. You know, you know? Where's my Countach? Where is the Countach? I mean, it's not, pretentious to be proud of the image, take pride in it, it's worth a lot nowadays. Yeah, but everyone's got to be nonchalant nowadays, you know? Everyone's got to be... There are filters for a reason. I know Stefan. I know. Asterisk, I'm still used to the crew too, and I'm being immature about it. See, I am immature. DM's my British streamer. Well, I'm not expecting to make videos. I know. But I do appreciate it, Lexi. I do appreciate it. Still just in the sake of discussion. This is the next upcoming summit. At the end... Got a the car, aka... Wait, what's this? It's got a good chance of being the car, aka one of the last one-time summit cars from top 3000. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. The Z4 returning. Wait, what am I looking for now? Parts. Okay. But yeah, that's the Trigger situation. Again, people send me stuff when he talks. So I know that there's gonna be the nonsense of sending him, you know, preferably not, but like the nonsense back and forth. It feels. I don't know what he believes talking on stream would do. Right? Again, saying these things can seem like personal call-outs. Right now, what I'm about to say, I am simply and only using the context of this, the way he's handled this video. And not the rest of his character as a whole.
Faster.
Someone who watches more of his stuff would know that
Go
more.
Faster.
It seems like he's made very emotional decisions.
Here we
Beginning
go.
code -LP, I know it.
Remember, the
Exactly.
trail's counting
Or
on
an
us,
emotional
even if
response,
he
I
doesn't know
suppose.
it.
To what was simple criticism, I suppose. And then the yeah, I did find the whole, obviously he was calling out me for not actually making, like, leaving out personal attacks, yada yada, and then it was him characterizing my choice as making his whole channel look bad to make mine look better, which would of course speak to my character, but Which I thought that back and forth was a
Vegas
bit
to LA
interesting
road trip?
that he said
People
this and then
think we're
did,
trying
yeah.
to get out of town.
I don't know. I could feel a certain way about him characterizing me like that. I couldn't care less though. I know why I made the video and it wasn't anything to do with making Malicious Channel look bad. Chat, do you know how many times I've made mistakes? Do you know how many times I've made mistakes in what should be my expertise? Right? Why do you think I have a council? I was smart on the crew too. On the crew Motorfest, I've been too busy on the grind. Right? I've been way too busy on the grind. I have taken down videos where I was just wrong. Like flat out wrong. I have made videos talking about where I've been wrong. I have mentioned where I've been wrong, yada yada. I have been wrong a lot of times, and am very aware of that fact, and in fact got a council. Wait, you have taken it? Yeah, I made like a meta guide way back when, and it wasn't explicitly wrong. I was just looking at so many things the wrong way and not making an efficient guide, as the context was all wishy-washy. But like, I'm saying all this, right? I'm saying, oh, I have been wrong many times, and talked about how I'm being wrong. If someone's saying that you were wrong about 2.5 things in something that isn't even directly your expertise, and it takes that little to perceive it as an attack on your character, there's a chance me saying that speaks for itself. I don't need to finish that train of thought, right? Open for listener interpretation, I suppose. Oh, ow. I find most content creators annoying at some points, but I still come back to watch because it's just how I connect with the games and understand them better. Yeah, that's absolutely fair.
Tree in here because the trees are too big.
Also, bloody long
Turns are
event to
tight
pick for the
enough,
summit.
You're gonna try.
Sid, last message real quick. It'll help this race. So I turned down aero diff on the car 2 ticks from default. Okay, bearing in mind, I am already 3 minutes into this race. When will the Mad Viper rerun? The Mad Viper is a cool car. What I want to know, really, when it comes to Crew 2 Summit cars, is when they're gonna start. When are they gonna start adding new main stage cars? What I want them to do is slowly phase in new main stage cars. Because it wouldn't make sense if they got to the very end of the list of Crew 2 Summit cars to rerun. And then, like, they got to the very end of Crew 2 Summit cars to rerun. Then, just made it so that the themes don't match up at all. Like, say they do I don't know, Monster Racing month, right? Monster Energy month. And the car is the... Hummer HX Concept Enforcer. You know? Like... Because that's the only one they have left. Right? Like, I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to only use Crew 2 Summit cars. I want them to slowly phase them out so that some months can actually stay on theme. Because already the themes are getting a bit wacky. This month being the old-timer, now I'm not upset with it because it just reran in the Crew 2 and I'm going to uninstall the Crew 2. I jest. Haha, very funny, like the thing from the other thing, like the other guy with the other thing. No. Instead, I don't think that the old-timer should have been this one because, like, it's called the old-timer edition. Use it when there's another classic-themed month. It's a Porsche called the old-timer. You could use it in so many other things than the fact it's in racing. You know? What I would have done is I wouldn't have used the Duke in the Twitch drops. Then again, they don't seem to be bringing Twitch drops back as buyable anymore. Meaning they're probably going to bring them back as main stage cars still. They want their cake and eat it too, basically. Because Twitch drops used to just be buyable after they ran. What I think they're going to do instead, what they should have done instead is Duke for the first month. It should have been the Sparrow. It should have been the Sparrow. Sorry, the Spear Racing Edition concept car. That's what should have been this month's main stage car.
Ah, Los Angeles, where racing is
Well, no, I guess
usually
the
done at
power
5
track
miles
makes
an
sense
hour.
last. No, wait,
Thank
no,
God
no,
we
wait,
missed
wait, wait,
rush
wait, wait.
hour.
There was a motorcycle-themed one this month. Was there a motorcycle-themed month last? No, there was. Okay, to be fair, there was a motorcycle-themed last month, so... Nah, probably works. Probably works. Power track. Damn, this is a long summit race? Yeah, yeah. Crew Motorfest does not do this. But if the offline mode will be hybrid, what if people cheat in cars in the Crew 2 to get them in Motorfest? I think that's why it's hybrid before it's offline full stop. I would hope hybrid well, it depends on how they're gonna do it. I wonder how they're gonna do it. Is it gonna be the same account but continue separately on offline or online? Or is it gonna be like, when you go online, the game will like scan your account and go like, you didn't own that, you didn't own that, you didn't own that, you didn't own that, you didn't own that. Actually, that's such a good question.
Well, son
Oh,
of a
what
gun.
are they gonna do
You
for
pulled it off after
transport?
all.
For vehicle
Told you we were
transport,
doing
vehicle
things the right
transfer.
way. We've got the car. Now all we have to do is make a few mods, and we're down.
This is
with
my
giving
favorite
the trail
shortcuts.
One heck of a surprise.
This is a fun race for shortcutting and whatnot. Chat, by the way, that will not count to member goal. So if we hit the member goal, I will do that again. Do you think we're still getting the power track bike? Yeah. They confirmed that we're getting it. Oh, is that video not out yet? Right. I had to cancel uploading that video today because the Crew 2 got the offline patch thing. Yeah. They confirmed that the power track is going to be in the revisit month next month. Revisit next month, yeah. Okay, drag. I'm not doing a drag event. I don't care for a drag. See, I'm already platinum. Right? Like, I hate to be that guy, Jet. I do. And when I say I hate to be that guy, I say that a lot, so I don't actually mean that as, you know. When do you think the offline for the Crew Motorfest will come out? Honestly, I think it might be one of the last updates. I think the Crew 4 gets announced. And then the update for the Crew Motorfest after that is the offline update. I think that's how it works. Also, chat, let me say something as well. I went out of my way to not personally attack militia. Trigger. And then a whole bunch of you were like, yeah, Trigger's actually this and this and this, and he's this, and he sucks this, and he's this, and he's that, and he's this. I do not agree with, nor condone, any of you going, screw Trigger, he's blah blah blah, and he's actually this, and he's actually a big this, and he's actually a whatever, you know?
But today, the streets are clear for an all-out speed contest past one of the most vertical cities in the world. Hope you're ready, because it's race time.
Yeah, okay, the ones who were memeing when they called it beef, sure. But also what the ones who are memeing have to realize is that some people don't realize you're memeing. Because then there was some people who actually thought that it called it beef and whatnot. It was most definitely not beef. I think that actually probably did a bit more poisoning the well than anything, you know? Like, it depends what context it made it to who with, right? Because, like, it depends. Like someone would have sent Trigger the video, right? I highly doubt Trigger has ever watched any of my videos, right? I could be shitty and make a joke and be like, except for the ones he's copied, but, like, shut up, Sid. No one wants to hear it. But truly, I don't think Trigger's, like, cares about watching any of my videos. Someone would have sent it to him, and it depends what context they gave it. Did they send it to him going, Sid called you out and he's beefing you and he's whatever? The way you introduce something can do big poisoning the well to that, yeah. I just thought the fairly competitive was funny. Yeah, no, that in isolation, yes. I wasn't calling you out specifically, Tyler. I wasn't calling you out. I think you said the fairly competitive, and then I was like, yes, okay, but I don't want this to go into any kind of bullying, because that's not at all what this is about. Bullying isn't, hey, I think you were wrong about this specific thing, and also I disagree with you on this specific thing. Hopefully level heads will prevail. Yeah. And again, the invite is always open for me to talk to Trigger in private, if he so wishes. On the plus side, I finally get to play my PlayStation account when offline mode comes out. Haven't been able to use it for 4 years at this point.
Crossing from the lower east side over into
but yeah, so I wasn't calling you out directly, Tyler. In isolation,
not anymore, but
calling a Crew 2 Summit fairly competitive is pretty funny. And that's why my reaction was as it was. High sidewalk? You take that back right now. High Middlesbrough Watch. I beg your pardon? The crew needs more endurance races? We need a lap count adjustment in the Crew Motorfest. Also, I want this vibe. I want this vibe of Motorsports playlist. Yeah, one of my dream playlists, chat, is this vibe of Motorsports playlist. Bear with me. Street Circuit Motorsports playlist. Intense weather conditions, so like storms and nighttime and thunderstorms and heavy rain and fog, first person only with tire wear adjustment. Let me paint the picture for you, chat. Let me paint the picture for you. No, yeah, the Porsche one sucked. The Porsche one was not what USB Tour is. So, actually being USB Tour themed, right, chat? First person only, longer events, like at least 5-minute long events. Have hard tires, soft tires, and wet tires.
The giant billboards coming up
and then also have the voice lines and an indicator on screen being like, oh, we're coming into the next lap. In 2 laps, the forecast says it's gonna start raining. Pit to change your tires how you want, you know? You could have just put on some brand new tires, and then bada bing, bada boom, the game goes, it's about to rain, you need wet tires. Maybe you suck it up. Maybe you just put on soft tires, and you suck it up, and you really slow down, but you didn't waste the time pitting. Maybe make pitting slower in heavy rain, because everyone's having to work in heavy rain. So, you need to work out pitting before the rain hits. But, it would obviously just be a bunch of different... yeah, exactly. Like, have the weather be random. Obviously have, like, when you go into the event, it knows that, oh, this one's going to be a hailstorm, this one's going to be a thunderstorm, this one's going to be fog, yada yada. How would choosing tires work? Also though, here we go, chat, here we go. The first race, in the very first race, wait, hang on, let me show you how the choosing tires would work first. Here you go. That's how the choosing tires would work. Pit exit in this much time, and you select the tires. Hards, wets, softs. And I also did, there you go, this kind of intense weather style. But way more intense. So that's how the choosing tires would work. Okay, but obviously the actual events would just be a bunch of street circuit races, right? You can't really add like a story. It would just have to be a series with a bunch of street racing circuits, right? Here's what I want the first event to do, though. Picture this, chat. And also, it can only use GP cars. right? Or GT cars or whatever. Like this thing, you know? You know the vibe of car I mean, right? The car vibes should always match. Always. I don't want Bolide versus Senza versus this thing versus GTR. No. Like, yeah, GT3, that kind of thing. Then GT4 cars. Then sedans. Then muscle cars. Like, that kind of thing. Maybe not even the muscle cars, but GT3. Exactly, right. Okay, now finally, though. Have a great show day, G-Dub. Now finally, the first event.
Those flags there, of course, mark the United Nations building. 193 countries and counting, all based right here in NYC.
Right here in... I love his voice. Listen up, chat. Playlist starts. Intense weather, midnight. Heavy rain begins first lap. And I mean pitch black. I mean change the lighting so that we have a black night rather than a blue nighttime in Motorfest. Playlist begins street circuit. At the beginning, there's an ivory tower Azus that we know that we're getting one in racing. Either the ivory tower Azus massively overtakes you, immediately overtakes you, right? And the guy talks about, oh wow, he's definitely not playing it safe. Either that or just as you're driving in the race, when you finish the first lap, halfway through the first lap, you get a thing on the radio, right? You get a thing on the radio, red flag, whatever. You hear that there's been a massive crash. On the second lap, you should pass the ivory tower Azus fully murked itself into one of these fences on the side. I don't mean hit directly. I mean this shit caught air somehow. Again, you're in first person, heavy rain, midnight, and make the camera do the thing where the camera, like, forces you to look a certain way, right? Because that is how you establish... No, okay, obviously no death. Say on the radio, the guy was fine, obviously. But yeah, you would see, like, ambulances around it and whatnot. And also, it would have to be in... The crash would have to be in the fence, because you would need... Because if it was into the barrier, then, you know. But yeah, have the camera force look at it, right? Like, as if you, the player, as if, like, your character in-game is looking at it like, oh, shit. At the accident race in the Crew 2, there was literally no damage on the car. No. But that's where you're not listening. One, this is Motorfest. Two, this would be the Ivory Tower Azus, a fake car. They are allowed to bash up fake cars. Language, Sid? Yeah, my bad, Chad. I did a swar. I did do swar. Alright. The Hub one is a fake car. I know. But also, the Crew 2, way lower quality than Motorfest. I want Motorfest playlist quality on this. Alright? Also, chat, is this win race or top 3? Because I'm kind of worried. You playing one-handed or wheel? Or is this recorded? I can play one-handed. One-handed is not difficult in the Crew 2. Or the Crew Motorfest, for that matter. As you can see, I'm not driving very well. But that's what I would want. And it would, yeah, have to be the IVT Azus so that they can actually do it. Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying the Azus. The Azus doesn't really match up with any of the GP cars in game, the GT3 cars in game. So that's why I'm like, make it obvious that it's the ugly duckling. I'm not going to disagree with you. The idea is very good, but unlikely they do something like that. Oh, sure. But of course, this would just be a concept. The issue with this concept is that the rest of the concept is just going, oh yeah, and then just do races around the different cities and stuff. So I couldn't really make this concept a video. The accident is low-key an underrated event. Would be cool to get more of those unique events. Yeah, the accident actually had a story. It was one of the few events in the Crew 2 that actually had a story of some kind.
There's a whole lot more of it still to come.
Is there anything that is online play except the summit in the Crew 2? The PvP, the summit, the leaderboards. I think that's it. Oh, technically, the owning vehicles. Because the vehicles you own transfer to Motorfest. So, we need to figure out how the hell that's gonna work. The accident leaderboard still hasn't been reset. Have they not reset it from when they patched it? Like, ages ago? God, I miss the accident grinding. I really miss just killing Jeff over and over again. Or was it Greg? I just uninstalled the Crew 2 through PlayStation Plus. Why'd you do that? The game just got an offline patch. Chat, I'm gonna say something stupid. I'm gonna be really stupid for a second. Chat, they were waiting till Trigger uninstalled the Crew 2 to add the offline mode. Okay, stupid thing concluded. That was stupid. It was just timely.
Welcome to the Silver State.
Wait, I was struggling. Wait, chat, I was struggling.
Our drivers are going to be burning.
I was struggling to keep first on hard difficulty there. I'm dead on ace.
Vegas. Let's roll.
Oh, but just imagine this event, but like, I love it. Like, look at the weather. Ah! How was the US Speed Tour so much better than that one Porsche event? So much better. That's actually such bad. Yeah, if anything, it's just bad timing. Uninstalled the Crew 2, and then I immediately had the Crew 2 ready for this big offline mode thing. But then again, I don't know if Trigger cares much about the Crew 2. I think he's way more of a Motorfest player. These races go hard. They really do, man. They really do. I remember pitching the US Speed Tour word for word, bar for bar, including the endurance race aspect of it, like 2 years before they added the US Speed Tour. If I had like a searching my whole channel transcript thing, which I might do, because I want to prove that I pitched a thing like the US Speed Tour so long ago. The car sounds so good from the inside. I guess they do sound a bit better. Also, this is a newer car, which helps. Like, this kind of race, intense weather, actual, like, weather tires, yada yada, with an actual, on wheel and whatnot. I'd love it, I'd be all over it. This rally playlist are the two ideas that, like, those are the kind of things where it's like, Sid, if you got a playlist in game, what would it be? It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. It would be these. I'd do a rally playlist if I ever got the chance. So desaturated after shifting from Motorfest. But you gotta bear in mind, the Crew 2 got that really weird graphics update at one point. The Crew 2 was a lot higher toned until that strange graphics update. So that strange, like, lighting update. It's because Speed Tour has genuine passion behind it. The Porsche playlist feels so soulless. Yeah, I think that genuinely might be it. And it used, like, stock Motorfest barriers and whatnot. Like, it just... Like, look at this. Like, every turn has yellow and black barriers instead of the blue and dark blue. Essentially being like a... Like, in the real life, being like, oh, so even in tough weather conditions, a racer can always see when there's a turn coming up. And then you look at, yeah, like, damn. Porsche playlist is a Porsche ad, which I don't mind. Chat, I'm talking about the one Porsche playlist in isolation, not the whole character of the Porsche playlist. Okay? And I will say it 50 times, if I must. What GT is this? Is this GT4?
Coming into a very technical section here. Hope the drivers
The playlist got progressively boring to me. Like, do 7 to 8 events complete. Well, like, the Porsche playlist is one of the few playlists without any voice lines as well, right? Wow, he has beef with Porsche. It is GT3? Nice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, these kind of cars is what I would want. I love Wow, stop swearing in my chat, Lexi. I love I mean, come on. You shouldn't swear like that in my chat. But is so worried about everything being safe and clean. It's just so corporate. The thing about brand playlists is I would actually love more brand playlists, right? You can't stop us. Frick. Whoa, don't say frick. I'm telling. I'm literally telling that you said frick. Mom! He said frick! Flip? Okay, that's too far. How are you? Oh, well, welcome, Bulker. I'm good. Uninstalled Motivest for room for Forza Horizon 5, presumably. 9 hours until I can play. Good luck, man. Enjoy. What the freak? What the flip, dude? But yeah, I don't mind brand playlists. I actually wish we got them more often. Not as the whole, like, playlist for the entire update. I wouldn't mind getting a brand playlist for, like getting a brand playlist an update, right? Like, get the main playlist, get a volume 2, and then get a brand playlist. You know? I use clean driving just to get a few bucks when I'm not using main stage mode. Yeah. I mean, everyone begs for a Ferrari playlist, right? What brands deserve a playlist? Chat, if you could give one brand a playlist, what brand should get a playlist? I'm waiting for the KTM playlist. I don't think we're ever getting a I think... No, I don't know. They got a selection week, right? I don't know how that works. I feel like the crew does a selection week to not give them a playlist, you know? Ferrari playlist, Bugatti playlist? I mean, Bugatti playlist seems like a no-brainer, right? Because you'd have to have no brain to do it.
But also home to one of the city's fastest roller
No, because they have a really good relationship with Bugatti, so. Koenigsegg? Yeah. Bicycle playlist. Ford or Ferrari? Ford versus Ferrari. And they get Henry Cavill to reprise his role. Henry Cavill was not in that movie. They get Gore the God Butcher to reprise his role. Alpine playlist? Now you guys are speaking my language. Alpine playlist. An Alpine playlist could work because they have old cars and they have new cars. The issue is, I feel like if we got a playlist, it would have to be a brand already in game. There's no way they could do a brand playlist for a new brand because for a whole playlist, you'd have to have more than just like 3 cars, right? And they can only really add 3 cars at a time, unfortunately. Fiat and a Bath playlist, however. Am I on the lowest difficulty, meaning this is not contributing to my... I better not be on the lowest difficulty, meaning this isn't contributing to my progression. Also, you can see when I gave up, because now I'm just bashing into every wall. Does Red Bull and Hoonigan count as a brand playlist? The game considers them brand playlists, yeah. They do technically count as brand playlists. I mean, they don't exactly specify car brand, right? So yeah, they definitely are brand playlists. There is some playlists that shouldn't, like Electric Odyssey is considered a brand playlist, and that I wouldn't exactly say. Because what? Technically that's a what? Porsche, Hummer, and a Lotus playlist? They should make a good drift playlist, yeah? An underground drifting playlist. If the playlist were mini summits, like where you had to complete feet races just mixed together rather than just do 8 events.
Make some noise for everyone watching from their hotel
windows.
windows.
I prefer the playlist to the summit. The summits have reason. Now, I'm not saying this is you, hey boss, But there's a lot of people who turn off music, turn off voice lines, and then expect to enjoy the playlists. I'm just saying, if you're someone who turns off music, turns off voice lines, and tries to enjoy the playlists, I don't know what to tell you. That's a silly way to play the game. Just need that is what would make them absolutely nothing and potentially worse than summits. You're actually supposed to experience playlists, you know? And especially, mind you, those who turn off voice lines, turn off music, and use meta settings. Yeah. Didn't think I'd call out your playstyle, did you? Yeah. I forget I don't need to pause the game anymore because I'm on... Turning voice lines off is so understandable. Depends on the playlist. There is playlists with good voice lines. Don't you use meta settings? I turn ESP all the way on when I'm first experiencing a playlist. Normally, I'll play on wheel, if anything. I'll play on wheel, stock, with the spam rotation, with ESP fully on.
Passing the King Arthur on the right there. I hear they've got one heck of a medieval jousting show.
I wonder if they're allowed to do that. You know how the crew has to get, like... You know if you have to pay for you have to pay for landmarks? Like, you have to pay licensing rights for landmarks. Fun fact, Spider-Man Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2 don't have the Empire State Building or something because they couldn't get the licensing in
We're gonna
time.
head north next, as the circuit takes
So you
us
don't have to do
one
that.
of the far corners of the
I wonder if they're
continental
allowed to
US,
name these
Seattle.
things. Lego Star Wars, The Crew. I don't care what anyone says. Chat, listen up and listen close. Pancakes are better than ice skating. As those are two equatable things and are always put up against each other. Like, what are we doing here? A Lego game compared to The Crew? But no, Lego Star Wars is pretty good. I was in endurance. Good. Wait, this isn't even an endurance race. How quickly did I give up with this update? Damn, man. It's not ridiculous to say that. What is bro on about? Well, I was making a you know, because he was like Lego games, Lego Star Wars over, you know, it's like those two things don't even have anything to do with each other. Okay, I know for a fact there is enough GT3 cars in this game, right? GT3. Is that? Pandas over sporks? Yeah. It's comparing two completely different things. Okay, there's a lot more GT2 than I thought. Whoa, there's a lot more GT2 than I thought. Okay, GT3. Ah, here we are. Okay, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, there is well over enough. Chat, can I confess something? Chat, is this a safe space? I need to know, chat. Is this a safe space? No, no, no. Glad to hear it. The other night, chat. The other night,
You know, the Pacific Northwest might have a reputation for being
I was
gray
playing
and
the Crew
rainy,
Motor Fest.
but when the sun
And
comes
as you
out,
know,
this is one of the most beautiful cities in the country.
the main stage
You've got a
restriction
beautiful
was
sound.
broken
You've got
last
the
week.
mountains. You've got a city
It didn't just include
bursting with life.
Italian cars,
So,
it included
let's kick it
BMWs
into
for some
high
reason.
gear and check out Seattle.
And one
Here
of
we are
those
now.
cars that was
Entertain
included
us.
was the Z4. So the other night, chat. Chat, I'd like if we could keep this between us. The other night, I was playing the Crew Motor Fest, and it wasn't the base model. It wasn't the street model. It was not the base street model. Okay? It was not the base street model. I was playing the game, and I think that this body kit has actually made me really, really, really like the BMW Z4. Oh, that hurt. Chat, wait! Chat, wait! Look at it! Chat, just look at it! Look at how sick of it! Look at chat, please, chat, please, chat, please, no, chat, please, chat, please, please, chat, please, chat, please listen, chat, please listen, chat, no, look, chat, just listen, please, chat, look, look, I was using the different cars in street, in the restriction, sorry, I was using the different cars, and one thing led to another, and all of a sudden, I just saw it differently, okay? Okay? One day, I was just looking at it, and it looks better than it did before. But chat, it gets a bit worse. Chat, it gets a bit worse. Just so that I could put this body kit on it. Just so that I could put this body kit on it. Because I genuinely think it looks that good. I actually began to consider, what if I bought a BMW Z4 in real life to put this body kit on it? Chat, this doesn't change. Chat, this doesn't... Chat, no. Chat, this doesn't change anything. This doesn't change anything, okay? It doesn't change anything. Alright? I still think the base model is bad, okay? Chat, I still think the base model is bad. I still think that the base model is really bad. Alright? It looks bad, it does. I mean, look at it. Where is it? Where is it? Especially the specific... Look at it. It looks terrible. That's a really ugly car. Okay? I'm looking at it now, and I still feel that way. I still think it looks really ugly. Okay? I do. But just listen to me, chat. Just look and listen. Chat, I'm still the same Sid you subscribe to, okay? I'm still the same Sid. What did I miss? The context is too far gone. The context you can be given is too far gone. Bait used to be believable. Chat, look, no. Okay, you're not gonna like this, chat. You're not gonna like this. I actually favorited it as well. Because I was like, I really actually kind of want to drive this car. Look at it! Look at it, chat! That looks sick! That looks actually cool! Chat, I know I've had some harsh I know I've had some harsh words for the BMW Z4 in the past. And I know, and I still don't like the base model. But chat, look how sick that looks. Chat, I mean, look at it, chat. I just like, oh! It's just this body kit. It's just, I didn't know that a body kit could change how I feel about a car so much. Alright? Even from the front, and the front is where I normally hate this car from. Chat, it looks so good. It just looks so good. Ah! In fact, by the end of it, by the end of doing the custom mode... No, you know what? I'm not ashamed to admit it anymore, chat. I'm not ashamed to admit it anymore. By the end of the custom mode, when I was playing the custom mode the other day, I started actively choosing to use this car. It wasn't anything to do with using different cars anymore. I just wanted to use this one. Okay? It wasn't just about variety. I wasn't forcing myself to use it. I wanted to use it. Because it looks good, goddammit. It looks good. I want one. I want one. I want one that looks like that. I want one with that body kit on it. I want a Z4. I want a Z4 with this body kit on it. Look at it, chat. Look at that back, like the back tire. It's so beefy with such a beefy body kit. I blame whoever on the crew motor, on the crew one. I blame whoever on the crew one designed this body kit. It's double spoilered. Double spoilered. The shape just works. It just works. It sucks as a base model car. The shape is so ugly as a base model car. But on a car like... I didn't even realize it said 69. But on the race version, it just works. And you know what, chat? I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of hiding it. But what I am tired of is streaming. I did say this was going to be a shorter stream, and now that I've confessed my deepest, darkest secret, I think it begs right to call it there. I will see you boys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. That's about it for me. But chat, before you leave, go and watch my most recent video. If you go and watch it right now, all the way through the end, I'll re-denounce the crew the Z4. The link is coming your way. Watch it all the way through, and I will go back to denouncing the Z4. Does that sound like a deal, chat? Does that sound like a deal? All right, the link's in chat, and that'll be about it for the stream. I guess I'll stream next Saturday to check out the new Grand Race. All right. There's the video chat. Have an amazing rest of your day in a bit.